So this video is entitled, Why I Think Liberals Are Really Stupid. And I have to be a little bit careful, not careful about what I say as far as, well, why I think they're stupid. Careful as not using some words that YouTube might not like. They're really stupid. First of all was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez this weekend talking about inequality, and she's using, for example, New York City, about there's billionaires, homeless people in the same city. It's the most liberal city in America, lady. Y'all are the ones that caused it. It's like I'm gonna pick out the most liberal city in America and say, oh, this capitalism doesn't work. They've got like the highest taxes in that state than any other state except California when you take into account all the property taxes and the income tax. Now, California does beat them, but barely, because California has a 13% income tax of 3% on top of the 10% for people making over $1 million a year. But I mean, it's hilarious. She doesn't even get the fact that that's one of the worst states with the worst divide in income inequality, and it's because it's run by liberals. And the people are cheering her like, we don't understand what you said, but yeah, you said something liberal. It must be right. I mean, it was hilarious. California is the same way. The wealth gap in California is the highest in the country, and it's the most liberal state in the country. That should tell you something. The wealth gap under Trump has lessened. Under Obama, it got worse. 2 million people are off of welfare under Trump. There's a reason for that, you idiots. But it doesn't even go there. That was just my rant. The real reason you're idiots is all these news stories that come out lately that are lies and are having to be retracted. And it's like, here's my take on this. Lately we had this thing about the Catholic schoolboys at in Washington. So basically, in case you haven't heard the truth, liberals, because there's a video out there that shows the whole thing, some Indian activist who has been caught lying almost the exact same lie before, saying the exact same thing about somebody else was proven false, which is hilarious. But he goes out and takes a clipped up video, shows a part of the video, says, oh, these boys did this and said this and were racist and all that, and then shows some more video, and this and this happened. Well, if you had the video and it happened, no, you didn't show any video that showed that happening. That should have told the liberal news reporters who were eating this story up that something was wrong. So then the real video comes out, an unclipped video that somebody else took that wasn't in the hands of this liberal activist, that Prill showed the boys, the Catholic boys, were the ones getting called names. They're the ones being, not really, let's say verbally assaulted. And this Indian guy gets up, comes over, and starts beating his drum in this one kid's face and chanting, like the kids over here, the guy comes to him. Now, once the kind of truth comes out, the liberal media is like, oh, well, they might not have been that, but look at that smirk on his face. He didn't respect the Indian guy. The Indian guy came here and got in his face, started chanting loudly and beating a drum in his face. And all he did was smile like, I'm not going to respond to you. I'm not going to call you names. And yet he's the one that's wrong. He was parented correctly. He hadn't called anybody names. He sat there and took all that. Just, yeah, I'm just going to turn the other cheek. Whatever, man. If you're that racist and you're that much of a problem, you've got the problem, not me. And the liberal media comes out and says, he's the one that's wrong. But here's the worst part. There were, in the town where the school is, there were protesters. The parents of these kids are getting threats. The kids are getting threats because all these people believe this stuff and haven't even looked at the fact that there's not only another side, there's the truth, because the video is a video, okay? You can see these kids don't say not a single thing that is disrespectful to any of those people. And it's hilarious that these liberals are out there eating it up because they're being manipulated. Now, here's the part where I say you're stupid. You're effing stupid. You're letting yourself be manipulated. Well, it's okay. I'm just going to listen to anything they tell me to think and do, and I'm going to do it. You guys are absolute morons, okay? You don't think for yourself. You're probably these people sitting on welfare, or you're sitting there making $7.25 an hour, or whatever your minimum age is where you're at, and saying, well, I just want liberalism. I want somebody to give me something, and they tell me what to think, and I think it. Not only that, I mean, you got all these stories, and it's hilarious, and I can't figure out the media, because, like, I think they just want to support their political idealism so much that they'll lie and do anything to do it. You got this story, I forgot what newspaper it was about, was it Michael Cohen, Trump's lawyer, supposedly said that Trump told him to lie to Congress and instructed him to do it. Okay, well, first of all, Mueller came out and said, no, that's not the case. And they're still out there repeating it. And people are still on Facebook, and all the liberals haven't heard that Mueller. All they heard was that the liberal media said it, and it must be true, and that's their marching orders to go out there. They're all over Facebook and impeach. We have to impeach Trump. He did this. He did it. No, he didn't. Oh, yes, he did. Yes, he did, because I heard it from the liberal media, and I just listen to anything they say and take my orders because I'm a moron. I can't think for myself. But what's the point of the media to take these lies? I mean, at this point, how much credibility do they have? That their job is to find a possible story, research that story, verify it, and present it. They're not doing their jobs. They're not even making a pretense to be honest anymore. And it's like, do you expect that? But they're throwing their whole careers, the industry. I mean, my God. The media at this point is like the least trusted industry, below used car salesmen, below Congress, and they've just thrown all that away, and I don't know why. And it's like, I think a little bit are starting to wake up, because in the last week, and I even posted some post on I'm not gonna say it, one of the news sites, about a couple stories. And in one of the stories, I finally picked up, and I scrolled down to the comment section. I clicked there, asked comments. I put in there, said, something must be going on. Like, this is the fourth story I've seen in less than a week where the mainstream media is actually being honest. And it's just that rare and that funny that they actually, in 4 canes, come out. And one of them was about the border wall, where I actually came out and said, this is kind of both sides' fault, or at least, Chuck and Nancy, y'all aren't actually, doing your jobs here. And the fact that liberal media is coming out and saying that, I think on 2 sides, they just realize how stupid they are, or a couple of them, maybe not all of them, a couple of them have come out to that. And I think also at that point that they realize that their basically credibility is zero at this point. And I think they might say, well, you might have to actually try and gain that back. Even for the fact, if you want to come out and say, vote for this leftist in a couple years, if you want anybody to actually listen to you, you got to have the credibility to do that. But I mean, it's like so stupid that they've had to do, if you look it up, I think it's something like total mainstream media has done over 1,000 retractions since Trump's been president, of just lies, stories that they didn't verify. Run out of, quick, somebody said something about Trump, run out there and run it. Well, it may not be true. We don't care if it's not true. We're not the ones that said it. They said it. We're just reporting they said it so we can get away with it. And that's their mindset now. And it's like hilarious. Funny thing is, and I don't remember the name and stuff, but you might remember the story about 4 or 5, 6 months ago. Some guy came out and said that he knew somebody from inside Trump administration that was actually a liberal. He knew about Trump collusion or whatever, and he got, kid you not, 7 hours of Sunday talk show time. Nobody in the history of Sunday talk shows have gotten a total of 7 hours. I forgot which show it was. Like I think it was what's the guy's name who used to work for Bill Clinton? The thrill running down his leg. Chris Matthews. Actually devoted the entire show to this guy. Nobody in the history of talk shows has actually got the entire show. They do segments. But, oh my God, he said he knows something about Trump. They didn't verify a bit of it. At the end of the day, on the last talk show he was on, they actually pressed him with, well, I don't actually know it. This is just what I think. And the whole thing fell apart. And the guy got 7 hours of talk show time. Because all he said, that he knows something about Trump. Oh my God, get him on here and discredit Trump quick. And this is what they're calling journalism and news anymore. Because journalism is journalism to them. Journalism is support what we think and tell people what to think. And the idiots, oh yeah, well, I couldn't think with myself. All these stories have been proven to be true. They're out there repeating them, and because they don't even want to think or look at it anymore. And the funny thing is that I think that is kind of bolstering the news media to go out there and say, oh, we can get these people to think this. But the thing is, it's not a majority of America. When it comes down, if you really want to support your political ideology, that's not going to do it. You can't get, I mean, Trump got elected because enough of America said, I'm through with the crap. You know, okay, Trump's not perfect. Trump's not anything of this. And yeah, okay, he might say some crazy stuff sometimes, but you know what? We want secure borders. We want to end this stupidity about women's and men's bathroom and men's and women's bathroom. And more of our politicians need to be concerned about, you know, actual problems than stuff like that, which bathrooms are using gays in the military and stuff. And Trump came along and said, yeah, I'm actually worried about some of that stuff. And the thing is, you're going to try and bolster up the left and political side by this bullcrap. Enough of America knows better anymore. You're not going to make that. You're just going to get that one little percent to around and say, yeah, they're right, because it says something I believe it. They said something that supports my political ideology, so it must be true. And it's like, these people are idiots. You, if you're listening to that and you're a liberal, you're an idiot. You're a imbecile. You can't think for yourself. You're probably not able to dress yourself in the morning. And I'm saying there's a good bit of you probably still get dressed from your mama because you're living in her damn basement.